Have you ever heard the phrase that sometimes you need to look back in order to understand where you are now in your career? In this video, I'm going to give you 3 surprising clues from your past that can tell you that you're on the right track with your leadership career. Hi, I'm Beth Strathman. Welcome to my channel where I offer you wise leadership solutions so simple and practical, your employees will practically lead themselves. On this channel, I will offer a wide variety of techniques and strategies for leadership. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So, if you're in a leadership position now, sometimes you may be wondering, gosh, how in the world did I get here? Or where am I headed with this? Well, here are 3 things you can reflect on to kind of give yourself a clue of where you're headed with everything. First of all, think about the people that you've met over your career or even your life. And that could include people who were a big part of your life, like parents or teachers or coworkers or other bosses, etc. And these are people who, when you look back, you realize that you probably learned life lessons from them, or you learned a lot about leadership. They were very influential to you in some way, shape, or form. But there are also people who are like these random people who came into your life that, gee, you met them through a friend or you bumped into them at an event. And these are like people who just came out of nowhere and somehow contributed to your career, whether they contributed to helping you get a job or they just had wise words for you and good guidance. Sometimes those random connections can be very insightful. Now, moving on from people, think too about, secondly, events that occurred in your life that were really, that made an impression on you in a big way, or they were just random things again that, gosh, I don't even know how that happened, but when I got there, this is what I learned, or this is the experience that I got from it. I mean, when I look back over my career, I started out in teaching, and even before I started out in teaching, I had like random occurrences when I was in college with things that had to do with not necessarily what I do now, but they were big influences on me. They really influenced me in terms of just sort of how I saw the world. And, one was going to interview as a governess somewhere. I didn't get the job, but it was a really interesting experience. And another one was, people I met on a hike. I went hiking one day in Utah mountains and met a couple of people on top of the mountain and hiked with them on the way down and had this very interesting conversation. I didn't really see them ever again, but boy, it got me thinking about some things. So that's sort of people and events thrown together there with my hiking story, but you can see how you look back and you think, gee, those twists and turns were really kind of interesting. And finally, as you reflect, think about themes that you start to see happening over, that start to emerge from the things that happen over and over again. So whether it's, in my career, there's a theme of, I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of this esoteric, philosophical, I don't know what, theme, this thread that runs throughout my career and my way of looking at the world. So you just never really know where these influences are going to come from. And you really often can't make sense of it until you do look at those past things that have happened to you, those people, events, and then those themes that you can put together from all of those things occurring. So what's been your experience as you start to reflect on the events and the people in your lives? What themes are coming up for you, and where is this making you think that you need to head? Which direction? Leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on this and what you're starting to discover about yourself. And you can also connect with other people who subscribe to my channel there as well. Also, if you want another tool to really up your game as a leader, then get my How to Confront Without Being Confrontational conversation planner. This tool is designed to help you think through those hard conversations that you need to have either with colleagues or coworkers or direct reports. And it will really help you take your leadership to the next level, because a good communicator is a real necessary, or good communication is a really necessary skill for you to have as a leader. Till next time, I'm Beth Strathman with Wise Leadership Solutions, so simple and practical, your employees will practically lead themselves.